Hello all and welcome, and I'm the MGTOW philosopher, and in this video I would like to talk about this story about a U.S. Air Force veteran who gets 35 years in prison for trying to join the Islamic State. You want to fuck up real good? Be an American citizen and try to join an enemy combatant group that will kill Americans. Yeah, that's a really smart thing to do. The level of anti-Americanism in the world has spiked when actual Americans hate their own country and hate themselves so much that they want to destroy the very country that gave them the opportunities that they now have to be successful in life. Absurd! New York, Reuters. Tairod Pugh, a U.S. Air Force veteran convicted of attempting to join Islamic State, was sentenced to 35 years in prison on Wednesday after delivering an impassioned speech in which he maintained his innocence and decried what he called the United States racism and Islamophobia. Yeah, he's a leftist. Have you noticed how a lot more of these social justice warriors are popping up in the United States military? It seems like the United States military is becoming a job just like anything else. Oh, it's just another career path you take. Just like being a plumber or a dentist or a car salesman. Yeah, you don't have to be a patriot, have any nationalistic pride or love for your country. You just have to be awake and aware of something and breathing and apparently not much else. I'm a black man. I'm a military man. I'm a Muslim man. He says, oh my God. So immediately you know he's a moron. He's bragging about being a Muslim, which shows what a moron he is. And he's a military man. He's a black man. He's proud of being a black man, but he's not proud of being an American. No. Pugh said at his sentencing hearing in Brooklyn federal court, I protected this country and the Constitution, and my service was repaid by dishonoring my name, all because I wanted to join ISIS. I just wanted to join the Islamic State and kill Americans. What's wrong with that? Pugh, who spoke for about half an hour before U.S. District Court's judge, he spoke for half an hour. This guy is like some kind of nut job. He's got like a manifesto or something in his head. He spoke for half an hour at his own sentencing, decrying the United States and proclaiming his innocence. I am innocent. I didn't try to join the Islamic State. I love Islam, but God damn it, you're wrong. The evidence you have, it was fabricated. Yeah, fabricated, right. Give me a break, motherfucker. Please. And Judge Nicholas Graffutis cut him off. Yeah, the guy spoke for half an hour before he cut him off. Come on. Said he had done nothing wrong and was really treated unjustly because of his race and religion. Why is it with these people that whenever they do something wrong, it's not their fault, it's their race, or it's their religion? Oh, you're not convicting me and putting me in jail because I joined ISIS. It's because I'm a black man. I'm a black man, and my blackness has stopped me from being successful, even though I'm successful in the Air Force. I got into the Air Force, and I'm a veteran in the Air Force, and I'm a successful human being. Somewhat, anyway. But you're holding me down. That other white guy that I outrank, he wasn't held down. I don't know why he's not above me in rank or something. I don't know. It doesn't fit in with my narrative worldview, but there's other white guys in the Air Force that are below me. I don't know how that works, but somehow I'm oppressed. My only regret is that it's taken me so long to recognize how frightened and racist my country has become. You mean how long it's taken for the media and the government to indoctrinate you and brainwash you. But Garufis, the judge, I guess, said jurors had ample evidence to convict Pugh last March, including Islamic State propaganda videos found on his laptop and posts he wrote on Facebook supporting the extremist organization. So he supports ISIS, who chops off infidels' heads and throws gay people off of roofs. But he doesn't support the United States, who tries to stop this kind of behavior and does not itself engage in this kind of behavior. Can anyone say cognitive dissonance? This isn't about whether you're a Muslim or Christian or Jewish, the judge said. This is about whether you're going to stand up for your country or betray your country, which has done so much for you. You've made your choice, sir, Garufis continued, immediately before imposing the sentence. I have no sympathy for you. You see, this is the problem. The left for the past 10, 15 years, maybe more, you could say more to a lesser degree, have been getting away with murder. They do the most outrageous things, and the right, conservatives, and upstanding, good Americans don't say a goddamn thing. They just stand by. Oh, well, I can't be bothered. You know, I'm apathetic. I got to work tomorrow. I got things to do. I can't be bothered with this nonsense. And so they let it go. They just say, oh, well, you know, it's not my problem. And these leftists just get away with it because we're so tolerant, right? We're peace-loving, real Americans, so we're very tolerant people. We embrace tolerance, but these people, they abhor tolerance. You cannot tolerate people who themselves abhor being tolerant of anything that doesn't fall in with their worldview. Sometimes intolerance is a good thing. We have to start being intolerant of this kind of behavior. Intolerance exists for a reason. There's some behavior you should not tolerate, and Americans have been tolerating this bullshit for too long. So people like this get it into their head they can do almost anything. They've been enabled, in a sense, by the state, by their fellow Americans, by the media, by the government, telling them all this bullshit, and then they act on what they're being told, and nothing happens. There's no consequence. And they're like, oh, well, geez, I can get away with almost anything. And then they go one step further, one step further. In a sense, America and his fellow citizens are responsible for his actions in that they haven't been sending the right message that this is unacceptable and imposing consequences on bad behavior when it happens. So he got it into his head that it's perfectly okay to do crazy shit. And now he's going to go to jail for 35 years. Pugh's attorney, Susan Kelman, said after the hearing that Pugh would appeal his conviction and sentence. I'm sure he will, and I very much doubt he'll get an appeal. Pugh, 49, was found guilty after a week-long trial of attempting to provide material support to a designated terrorist organization and obstruction for destroying 4 portable electronic storage devices after his detention in Turkey. Well, that's willful. That's premeditated. This guy knew exactly what he's doing. He's destroying evidence, but he's not. If he's so innocent, why does he need to destroy evidence, huh? I'm innocent, but there's evidence that can prove I'm not innocent, so I'm going to destroy it, but I'm innocent. Okay. Prosecutor said Pugh bought a one-way ticket from his home in Egypt to Turkey in 2015, planning to cross the Syrian border into territory controlled by the Islamic State. He was detained in Istanbul airport by Turkish authorities, found carrying maps of Islamic State territory and border crossing into Syria. This guy's a total moron. He might as well have just written a manifesto outlining his plot to help the enemy and kill Americans. I mean, he could have been, he's almost as stupid as that reality winner broad who wrote in her book, I want to burn down the White House. Ooh-hoo-hoo. I'd say they're both equally stupid, really. Pugh said on Wednesday he intended to fight the government of Bashar al-Assad in Syria, not join the Islamic State. Yeah, right. Well, why would they think you were going to join the Islamic State? Is there evidence that we're not seeing? We need to look up the court transcripts because there's obviously evidence that you were going to join the Islamic State, or they would not be accusing you of wanting to join the Islamic State, you moron. Pugh served as an avionics specialist in the Air Force from 1986 to 1990, and later worked as an Army contractor in Iraq from 2009 to 2010, according to federal prosecutors. Oh, so geez, this guy, he just abhors violence, and the oppression of the poor 1.4 billion Muslims in the world who totally run their countries with an iron fist, and they're so oppressed. And I need to save them. This bleeding heart liberal moron. The only thing that disappoints me is a guy that's 49 years old could be sucked in by this nonsense. Usually you expect this with millennials, but not guys this age. So this is really disappointing that this guy is as old as he is and he can still be sucked in. And it just goes to show you that anybody can be brainwashed, given a sufficiently low IQ, a tendency toward cognitive dissonance, or quite frankly, he might have already held these beliefs, and they were helped along by further indoctrination by the media and the government. This is very sad. I mean, this fellow, 49 years old, distinguished military career, I guess. I mean, I guess you can say distinguished when they haven't been dishonorably discharged. But anyway, it's very sad. Another example of a dumb, brainwashed American who has decided to destroy the best country in the world that gave him everything he has instead of fight for it. Total loser, typical leftist. I am the MGTOW philosopher, and I wish you a good day. Take care.